Man, I got to get my hat. Had to do it. Had to do it. My Hog faithful, my Razorback fans, my brothers, my sisters. How we feeling? Basketball season and Darius Acuff and the boys. Cal and the boys are cooking up, getting ready for March. Dave Van Horn, DVH, gearing up for another baseball season. Top 5 program every single year. Omaha Hogs, almost every single year. Football program, man. It's been rough. It's been rough. Take me back to 2021, 9-4 season. Sam Pittman's, I believe, second year. Bumper Pool and the boys. KJ Jefferson and the boys. AJ Green. Rocket Sanders. Take me back. Take me back, man. Take me back. 9-4 season. We thought it was up from there. We thought we were going to go to the college football playoff the next year. Nope. It's not how it worked out. Things were just downhill from there. Off of that 9-4 season against Penn State in the Outback Bowl, 2022, 6-6, 2023, 4-8, 2024, 6-6, 2025, 2-10. You know, it pains me. It pains me because growing up, I wasn't an Arkansas fan. I grew up an OU fan my whole life, hence the Baker Mayfield jersey and the flag on the wall. But I lived in Fayetteville, Arkansas for 4.5 years, and some of the best years of my life. I learned so much about the Arkansas fan base. I learned so much about the athletic program. And I learned so much about what it means to be a Razorback. And one thing that I know, and that I know deep down in my heart, is that the Arkansas fan base loves the Hogs, and that the Arkansas fan base deserves so much better than what they've gotten the past several years. I think the Arkansas fan base deserves a playoff berth. I think the Arkansas fan base deserves so much more success than what we have been given the last 15 years. I really feel for my Arkansas fans. It's been rough. Arkansas family, my brothers, my sisters, I'm going to need you guys to strap in, hold someone tight, really brace yourself for these stats I'm about to share, y'all. Post the 2021 season. In 2022, we went 6-6. In that 6-6 season, we had 4 one-score losses. In 2023, 4-8. Out of those 8 losses, 6 were one-score losses. In 2024, 6-6. 3 of those 6 losses were one-score losses. In 2025, 2-10 season, 6 of those 10 losses were one-score games. That is 19 one-score losses in the last 4 years. 11 of those 19, hear me out. Lock in. 11 of those 19 losses came by 3 or fewer points.
11 of those 19 losses
came by 3 or fewer points.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Guys, that is like unfathomable. That is unfathomable. I don't know how any college football program can go through that. The heartbreak Hogs is a real thing. It's a real thing, and Arkansas fans go through it every single year, and we need change. Now, I'm going to play a little what-if game. And I'm going to be a little lenient in this what-if game. What if I said half of these one-score losses were won? Just half of them. Each season, take the one-score losses, cut them in half, attach a little W to the side of them, to half of them, put them to the side, put them in the win column, stick them in the win column, whatever you want to do. In 2022, if half of those one-score games were flipped into W's, in 2022, we would have been 8-4. 8-4, 8 wins. In 2023, we would have been 7-5. And I'm saying we because I'm an Arkansas alum. I love the Hogs. I have my Arkansas hat on right now. In 2023, we would have been 7-5. In 2024, we would have been 8-4. In 2025, we would have been 5-7. Would have fired Sam Pittman regardless. At least I think. The key point to this, we would have had 4 winning seasons in the last 5 years. 4 winning seasons in the last 5 years, from 2021 to 2025. 4 winning seasons in the last 5 years. Just imagine what that does to a program. Just imagine how much that would have helped recruiting. Just think of how much that would have helped the program just directionally in the way that it's been headed. 4 winning seasons in the last 5 years would have done this program numbers. I'm going to digress from that. I know there's a lot of Hog fans that share that same pain with me, that same disappointment, that same anger, frustration. And I know the front office in the Arkansas Athletic Department building hopefully feel the same way as I do. Quite frankly, I don't think people at the top really care as much. That's just my opinion. Maybe they do. I don't know. But Arkansas fans deserve better. We deserve better. We deserve a better product. We deserve a better team. We deserve better leadership, all of the things. And I think a lot of these things are fixable. Firing Sam Pittman, he's a great guy. Would love to have a beer with him. I think he'd tell you himself that his time there was done. It was time to move on. I think it was mutual. Anyways, we move along. Coaching hire this last year, post 2025 season, it was wild. We saw 4 blue bloods in LSU, Michigan, Penn State, and Florida, all hiring new coaches. Now, whenever it comes to the coaching hire, the coaching carousel, whatever you want to call it, Arkansas was competing with those schools. By no means, in a truthful manner, can you say that we can compete with those schools right now whenever it comes to hiring head coaches. Now, this comes to my opinion with the Ryan Silverfield hire. I think it was a great hire considering the landscape of the coaching carousel, the schools that were looking for head coaches. I mean, there were so many different guys that were in this carousel hire. There were so many different names that were feeding through the Arkansas program, rumored to be the next head coach of the Hogs. Eric Morris, we heard the rumors. I don't know the full backstory on that, but he's at Oklahoma State now. Alex Golish, he was also rumored. I think we were close to signing a deal with him. He went to Auburn, whether you want to admit it or not. Right now, Auburn University, the University of Auburn, whatever the heck they're called, they are a better football program than Arkansas right now. They're just a better program. It just is what it is. James Franklin, we were never going to get him. I think if all of the Northwest Arkansas donors, the Little Rock donors, if they were to pitch into the NIL fund to their full capability, we could have gotten James Franklin, but I don't think James Franklin wanted to go south of the Mason-Dixon line. I don't think he wanted to coach in the South. I think he wanted to stay right up there in the Northeast. I think that's where he belongs. I think that's where the perfect fit for him was at Virginia Tech, is what it is. Now, this is where the controversy really kicks in. I think half the fan base was really split in between Bobby Petrino and Ryan Silverfield. I think some people wanted Bobby to stay. I think some people wanted Bobby to right his wrongs whenever it came to what happened in the past. He really had the offense rolling this last year. People wanted to continue that into the 2026 season, but the Arkansas leadership decided to move in a different direction. It is what it is. We bring in Ryan Silverfield from Memphis, and some people were torn up about it. Some people were happy about it. Now, my opinion personally, I think he was a great hire considering the landscape of college football in the entirety of what the coaching carousel was. He was a big name in that coaching carousel. He was a big name in a lot of different coaching conversations for other schools, but we landed him. The Arkansas program landed this guy, and he had some good success at Memphis. Now, let's just take a look at Ryan Silverfield's resume. So he had a 68% winning percentage at Memphis. His only head coaching job ever was at Memphis for the Tigers. He had a 50-25 career record. He was 4-0 in bowls as a head coach. In 2020, he went 8-3, won the Montgomery Bowl. In 2021, he went 6-6, fell off a little bit. It is what it is. That was in 2021. In 2022, 7-6, won the First Responder Bowl. Now, in 2023, he went 10-3, won the Liberty Bowl. In 2024, he went 10-2 in the regular season, and he led Memphis to back-to-back 10-win seasons for the first time in the Memphis program history. I think that says a lot about Ryan Silverfield to be a winner at Memphis, And I think winning 10 games in college football is hard regardless of what level you're doing it at. If you're listening as an Arkansas Razorback football fan, some things that you can be excited about with the Ryan Silverfield hire is that in the last 4 seasons, Memphis has had a top 25 scoring offense every year. Ryan Silverfield is 10-8 in one-score games the last 4 seasons. And I think that's something that, like I said earlier, we have not had the past 5 years is winning in one-score games. I think that's something that we can improve in under Ryan Silverfield, and it's something to be excited about. And if you are a Hog fan listening, something that you might already know in a downside to Ryan Silverfield is that he is 12-20 against teams that are above 500.
Why are you crying?
Which is not very good, but I think Ryan Silverfield would tell you himself that that is something that he's not proud of and something that he plans on working on as a head coach going into this 2026 season and further on into his contract. Ryan Silverfield, I think he's a great head football coach. We have not seen him. We have not seen any sample sizes of him in the SEC. He's only coached at Memphis and Memphis only, but a coach that led his team to 2 back-to-back 10-win seasons is a coach that I will take, especially coming off of this coaching carousel that we had in 2025. Sign me up. And with new coaching hires come new coordinator hires as well. Ryan Silverfield has brought in defensive coordinator Ron Roberts and offensive coordinator Tim Cramsey to go along with this Arkansas coaching staff. Ron Roberts, the defensive coordinator now for the Hogs, was the Florida co-defensive coordinator for 2024 and the Florida defensive coordinator for 2025. This Florida defense in 2025 ranked 60th in FBS in total defense, mediocre. That's something that the Hogs did not have this last season. And he was also the Auburn defensive coordinator in 2023, and they ranked 43rd in total defense. Now, that's not the goal by any means, but if you give me a 43rd ranked defense last year, the Arkansas Razorbacks are at least an 8-win football team. At least. If you gave me a 43rd ranked defense last year paired with Taylon Green in that offense from last season, sign me up all day. Sign me up all day. The offensive coordinator in Tim Cramsey, he was the Memphis offensive coordinator from 2022 and 2025. Now, this offense was very impressive. In 2025, top 25 in total offense, 411 yards a game, 32.5 points a game. And then in 2024, ranked 12th in scoring offense for the Memphis Tigers. That's something that Tim Cramsey brings to this Razorback football team. If you give me a top 50, top 40 defense, and then if you give me a top 25 offense going into the 2026 season, that's something to build off of. That's something that Arkansas fans can be proud of. That's a product that we can see and we can be like, okay, these guys can coach up some ball. They can get these players to play. Ryan Silverfield was a great hire, and I'm confident that going into the 2027 season, going into the 2028 season, we can be confident in what we have as a program. Ryan Silverfield and the coaching staff immediately hit the ground running whenever they got to Fayetteville. As soon as the transfer portal opened up, we saw players leaving. We saw players coming in. And according to On3, the average player index leaving the Arkansas football program was ranked at 65.18. And then the average player entering the program was a 68.07. All those numbers mean is that the Arkansas football team had a grade of 65.18 of players leave and then a grade of 68.07 players come in. The Hogs ranked 7th overall in transfer portal rankings this last cycle. We acquired 21 defensive players, 18 offensive players, and 2 kickers. That's a lot of turnover for a 53-man roster. But if you were to ask me, I think the Hogs have gotten better since December of 2025, ever since Ryan Silverfield landed in Fayetteville. He brought in A.J. Hill, a redshirt freshman quarterback. He was a 4-star out of high school. Brought in Braden Fuller in the QB room. We got KJ Jackson back. There's going to be a QB battle going into fall camp. I expect it to go into fall camp. And I think the starters either going to be A.J. Hill or KJ Jackson. Both of those guys bring some juice, and both of those guys can fill right into this QB room. And I think they can be productive in this Tim Cramsey offense. If you're listening and you're an Arkansas fan, or even if you're not an Arkansas fan, what can you expect from the Hogs this year? What are your expectations? What do you want? I'll tell you what I want. Wins and losses matter. That's why Sam Pittman got fired. But what I want to see out of the Arkansas Razorbacks, I want to see a team that loves to play football. I want to see a team that wants to go out there every Saturday and compete. And I want to see a culture change in this football program. I want to see a coaching staff who wants to be there. I want to see a front office and leadership who cares about this program, who wants to see this program succeed. I want to see players who want to play for one another, and I want to see players play with some pride. Now, whenever it comes to football talk, I do expect a dip in production whenever it comes to the offensive side of the ball. It's not easy whenever you lose your star quarterback in Taylon Green, who threw for over 2,700 yards and rushed for another 800 on the ground. It's not easy to replace that type of production, especially whenever you have a new play caller, a new system, new offensive language, new play calls, new players, and you have two new quarterbacks, either KJ Jackson or AJ Hill at the helm come September. Things are going to be different. They're going to take some time to mesh. I expect the offense to be successful, but I don't expect it to be the same bar as to where it was in 2025. But some improvement that I do see for the Razorbacks is on the defensive side of the ball, because I don't think it can get much worse than last year. 129th in total pass defense, 129th in total defense, 425 yards a game, 34 points led up a game. It can't get much worse than that. But I mean, I expect with the new defensive coordinator hire and the new guys that we got coming in via transfer portal, I think there's going to be some improvement. Give me a top 75 defense. Give me a top 25 offense. Get things clicking. I think the Razorbacks, hopefully we see some type of improvement from last year. I don't expect a huge improvement whenever it comes to wins, but I just want to see things start to come together. I want to see guys start to play for one another. I want to see guys go out there and enjoy playing football. I want to see players play with some pride, and I want to see this Razorback program led by Ryan Silverfield start to turn some things around. The Arkansas fan base deserves it. My Hog faithful, I love you. Just hold on. Just hold on. We got to have some hope. Got to have some hope. My name is PJ. This is Fourth and Everything. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, unsubscribe, resubscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.